Listen, you just don't need to do hours and hours of workouts to get jacked. This is gonna be a 45-minute workout that you can do 3 to 4 times a week, not this exact one, right? You wanna do upper body, lower body, that kind of stuff. But this is gonna be a real world example of how to actually do this in real time, 45 minutes max. When I was coaching elite, world-class athletes, world champions, our workouts, hour and 15 minutes max. You can only keep the intensity high for so long. So get in, get out, stay locked in, but the trade-off is if you're not working out for a lot of time, the intensity has to be high. If the time is low, the intensity has to be high. If you want to spend 3 hours in the gym, you can do lower intensity because that's what you have to do in order to get growth. Short period of time, high intensity, and it starts with a warm-up. So I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna spend the first 15 minutes of this 45-minute workout. Yes, correct, 15 minutes warming up. I'm not doing leg swings and this type of shit. I'm just gonna go right to my first movement, which is gonna be deadlifts on this belt squat. And I'm gonna warm it up. I'm gonna do different stances. I'm gonna slowly build up the weight. So I want my first set to be actually exactly where I want the weight to be. And that's gonna be super important. So get your body super warmed up, because if you're not warmed up and you go right into high intensity, the risk for injury goes up. So spend the time, and then once we get going, we ain't stopping, right? So here we go. I'm throwing 2 plates on. Listen, with light weights, just keep going through your warm-ups. You don't need to spend 3 to 5 minutes rest on light weights. You rest more as the weight gets heavier. Now going to 3 plates. Update from Future Red. This workout had me sore, but listen, nutrition is an absolutely massive part of this. If you want to learn everything there is to know about nutrition, I'm doing a workshop. I'll put the link in the description. All right, now I'm up to 5 plates. You don't really need to do variations after a certain point. You can see I was doing conventional, I was doing sumo. I'm just doing that to open up my hips. I'm doing that to feel which muscle groups are tighter than others. Once they feel warmed up, I don't need to do that. I'm just gonna go right to a conventional stance from here on out. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Got 6 plates. I'm only gonna be doing sets of 3 to 5 from here on out. Shouldn't be trying too hard, but it's gonna get more difficult to be able to do that. My goal is that 12 rep range for my first set. I might have to do more because this thing is kind of messed up. This needs to be pulled out, but it's broken. So it's probably only gonna hold 8 plates maybe, which kind of stinks, but just do more reps. All right, now we're taking a little bit longer of a rest as the weight gets heavier. A couple things I recommend. Lifting straps, or Versa grips. Both are awesome. These are a little more expensive. These are a lot less expensive, still awesome. And listen, you need a flat soled, wide toe box shoe. 0 drop, that means no heel. These shoes are awesome. I can feel the ground. I can root my feet into the ground. That's where everything starts, is your feet. So when I'm rooted into the ground properly, it helps me stabilize my hips properly. So when the weights get heavy, I'm not gonna get pushed around, because it all starts with the feet. The feet and the hands on the bar. Everything in between needs to be super tight. If you're not tight in your feet, you're not tight in your hands, obviously you're not gonna be tight in the middle. Use the Otishis, get them in the link in my bio, for 15% off. They're sick, get them. All right, 7 plates. plates. So here's what I'm gonna do. I got my top set coming up. I'm gonna do 1 rep here. That's gonna get my central nervous system ready for the weight. So when I go do my top set, that first rep that I do is not gonna feel so heavy. I'm gonna do 1. That's not gonna fatigue me very much, but it gets my central nervous system like, oh, okay, here's the weight we're doing. So I'm gonna rest a minute, short rest here, since I'm only doing 1. Then I'm gonna take a long rest. Then my first set, I'm basically gonna do as many as I can, but I'm gonna leave a couple reps in the tank. And then the set after that, I'm just going all out. I'll add some partials to the end of that second set. So I'm gonna try to push beyond failure. With a movement like deadlifts, I do take it a little bit conservative versus like a squat, a pendulum squat, hack squat, something like that. I'm just not trying to destroy my back at this point, but I'm gonna take it as hard as I can. Once I feel like my back is starting to get a little weak, that's where I'm gonna cut it off. So that's the move. Here we go, I'm gonna do 1 here. Easy money. All right, so now I'm gonna rest 3 minutes. And then we'll do as many as we can. I wish I could go heavier. I'm trying to think maybe if I could throw extra plates on that side, if that's gonna mess it up. I don't want to play with that. But I know I can do a lot of reps here, but whatever. I've done 11 reps with 10 plates, but something's messed up with this. I can only fit 8 on here. So, probably looking at like 20, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I'm gonna take a quick little bathroom break. I'll see you in 3 minutes. All right, it's time to get after it. I'm gonna put my mic down here so you don't hear me breathing. But listen, after this set, this is my first for real set. After this set, this is critically important. After this set, my intensity is gonna be the highest it's gonna be. I need to maintain that intensity for the rest of the workout. Here's how you drop your intensity. Taking too long a rest, talking to the girl at the front desk, dilly-dallying at the water fountain. Just stay locked in. I'm gonna hit this, I'm gonna rest 3 minutes, I'm gonna hit it again. I'm gonna go right to my next exercise, I'm gonna start warming that up. And then I'm gonna hit that, I'm gonna rest, I'm gonna hit that, I'm gonna just continue the rest of the workout. I'm laser focused after this set. The warm up is, okay, I'm trying to get myself to this point. Now that I'm at this point, I need to maintain this point, and if you can do that for the next 30 minutes, you're gonna have a killer workout. Once that intensity comes down, hey Joe, how's it going? Just, you can be focused for 30 minutes. It's critically important that you keep the intensity high, and just crash at the end. That's what we want, all right? So here we go. I'm gonna put this mic down so you don't hear me breathing up in your face. Put it right here. Okay, the point is, I want to leave a couple more in the tank. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna do this again, all out, as hard as I possibly can. Then I'm gonna do partials. That's just bottom range. Partials are tough on this movement, so for things like deadlifts, if you're not really skilled, maybe cut the partials for a movement like deadlifts. Hack squats, pendulum squats, leg extensions, easier stuff, lower skilled stuff, I should say. Partials are awesome. But I'm gonna hit that, then I'm gonna hit a drop set. Then I'll be done with this exercise. Immediately to the next. That's how we're gonna do this. But a couple minutes rest, based on my heart rate comes back down, I'm back in. So, this is how we do it. I'm cutting right now. This is week 2, finishing week 2 of this cut, down a few pounds already, feel good. the best starting spot, best physique starting that I've ever had. So I was down at 207 this morning. So after this workout, doing some cardio, locking in on the diet, getting a full day of work in, I'm hoping to be at least 206.0, if not a little bit lower. But your weight throughout the week is gonna go up and down. Obviously your weight after a hard workout is gonna be lower than after a rest day. So that's how all this stuff goes. But we're about to hit this again. My goal is to hit this for, I just did 12, to do at least 12. For this drop set, I only got 8 plates on here. I'm gonna drop it down to 5, because I think I could do 4 plates like all freaking day. But usually about 50% drops kind of where you wanna be. I'm not doing that today. I'm gonna drop 3 of the 8 instead of the 4. But especially on movements like deadlifts, don't sacrifice your technique. It's just not worth it. Stay locked in on the technique. Once that breaks, that's the failure. It's not once I can't pull the bar up any higher, that's failure. Once the technique breaks, that's failure. It doesn't matter if you can get it up a couple more times. We're not trying to just lift the weight, we're trying to do a deadlift. You can also do this on a bar, do this on a Smith machine. I get that a lot. I'll post a video and people will be like, well, what if I don't have that machine? Like, brother, there's an epidemic of people not being able to figure it out. Dumbbells, barbells, Smith machine, cables, figure it out. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put you down again. Felt like I was more limited by my conditioning there. Anyway, we're going. Put these weights up. We're gonna go right into the next exercise. We're gonna start at about 80% on the next exercise of what our top set's gonna be. Hit that for a few reps. Go to 90%. Hit that for a few reps. And then rest. And then go right into it. Do the same thing we did here. All right, I'm gonna do some reverse deficit lunges, deficit reverse lunges. I'm going right to a plate. Do a couple reps here. So when you think 80%, The next one's gonna be 90% and then go set. The way you wanna think of it is essentially your last warm up. You wanna do 3 jumps. This weight, 1 more jump, and then you're at your working set. But you see my heart rate's still going. I'm just gonna do a couple reps. I'm not doing a whole set. It'll be 3 reps, 4 reps, 5 reps on each side. Go up, rest a minute, do it again, then I'm gonna do a full rest, let my heart rate come down, and push this top set. All right, the whole point of warm-ups is to get your body physically, mentally, and emotionally prepared to do the hardest set that you possibly can. It's all about the hardest set you possibly can. Everything else leading up to that is just a setup, helping you to push that set as hard as possible. Another part of it that people don't really get is we're also trying to feel out these weights to kind of guess what's gonna be the right weight for my top set. Now, when you start to do this over and over and over and over again, you kind of know what weights are gonna be good for you. But when you train like this, of just all out effort, it can be difficult to keep track of things. How many reps did you do in the AMRAP? How many reps did you do in the partials? How many reps did you do in drop sets? That kind of stuff. If you just push the intensity, you'll grow, right? But that's why we try to feel it out. So we're doing 2 essentially top sets, really only doing 1. The first one, we're leaving a couple reps in the tank. We're trying to push it hard. We're also trying to gauge, is this the right weight for me? So if you're like, oh, I kind of crushed that, you can go heavier you don't have to keep the same weight. But again, we're trying to feel it out. Easy money, going up. All right, now we're doing a full rest. I won't make you sit here through the full rest, but I will tell you this. 3 to 5 minutes before you do a top sets or after you do a top set to your next one. Creatine is a main driving force of muscle force when we're working out. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes after you've used that for it to replenish itself. So it takes a long time, but it's very high powered. It's called the phosphagen system. The body has 3 main ways of making what's called ATP. That's what contracts muscle. Oxidative, essentially cardio. I'm using fat as a source of fuel. I'm breaking that down. It kind of takes a little bit of a process, but it produces a lot of ATP and it regenerates. So it's pretty much endless. That's true oxidative, true cardio. You have glycolytic when I'm breaking down carbohydrates. Very high powered, but lasts very short. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes if you're like absolutely a fucking freak. That's where you start to feel the burn, right? That comes from breaking down carbs. And then phosphagen, ultra high power, 0 to 10 seconds. So we're using mostly glycolytic and phosphagen. So we want to let those replenish. That's why we're resting 3 to 5. I feel like I could go heavier on this based on the warm-ups, but I also felt like that on the deadlifts and couldn't. But we can always just go up on the next one. So this is going to be top set, leaving a couple reps in the tank. Glad I stayed there. Do another full rest. Keep the weight the same. AMRAP, partials, drop set. All right. AMRAP, partials, drop set. It's the money set here. I'm gonna do all one leg. Take it like 30 seconds. Come back and do the other one. I'm gonna put you guys down again. Chug water, you'll throw up. Just enough to get the mouth wet. There we go. What was 835? 835. Done. One giant set, one set, giant set, and we're done. All right, giant set. Give me 3 exercises, back to back to back, failure, failure, failure. If you guys haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. See all the future videos, won't miss any. Also, it just makes me like a cool kid. But you see my heart rate still up, I literally just walked over there from here. So I'm gonna make sure it's set up correctly, do 1 or 2 reps. Make sure the next exercise set up correctly, a couple reps, same to the third, then I'm just gonna go. So I'm lucky where you can see the gym is not very crowded, right? Pay high membership cost, so it stays this way. It's like, oh, these 3 machines aren't open. Again, epidemic of just not being able to figure it out. Machines are easily replaced with free weights. You can't do this. You know, just pick one machine, a couple free weights, you can do RDLs, you can do good mornings, there's lots of things you can do. Just gotta use your brain. Anyway, now I'm gonna set it up. All right, so giant set, you wanna do the hardest exercise first. For me, this is the hardest. All right, I already warmed up the 45-degree extensions, I forgot to press record. No bigs. Anyway, max reps here, GHRs, max reps, 45-degree back extension, plate loaded, max reps, seated leg curls. So on the 45 degrees, if you want to work your glutes a little more, you do a certain technique. If you want to work your hamstrings a little more, you do a different technique. In this, I wouldn't do that for the hams because you're already doing hams and hams. You can also work your lower back a little more depending on what you want to do. So you can alter the technique of that movement based on where the target is. It's all, whatever technique you do, it's going to be glutes, hams, lower back. So just think about that. I'm going to try to go for a little more glutes. Obviously, because I'm crushing my hams here. But anyway, you see my heart rate is starting to come down, but it's still elevated. We're about that, like when I first started this, we're at that like 41-minute mark. So after this, we'll probably be a few minutes over 45 minutes. Sue me. Pretty close though. I'm also shooting a video and I forgot my headphones. So that helps me to stay locked in. And my backup headphones were dead. Talk about raw dog into the max. Anyway, get your OT-shies. Code RED5 for savings. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put you down again because I'm gonna be breathing hard in your face. Oh yeah, now we're going 45 degrees. Hopefully this guy's gonna hop on there. You can hop on here for one set real quick? Thanks, I just got one. Appreciate you, my man. All right, here we go. Leg curls, seated leg curls, then we done. If you want, afterwards, if you're like, I can do more, cool, do more. Do some abs, some cardio. I'm just saying it's not necessary. wrap. That's a wrap. So you can see, you can get a lot of work in. The intensity just has to be high. You just have to keep moving and moving and moving. But listen, the workouts are just one part of a 5-pillar system. You need to do nutrition. You need to work on your identity. That's the most important thing. Who do you want to be? And the recovery aspect, we'll talk about that in another video. Then the autonomy aspect, how do I know what to do on my own? So I don't have to keep watching videos, keep hiring coaches. I made a video breaking down that entire system. So watch that here. Love you guys. Bye-bye.